What is going on, everybody? It's SwaggyNOS, and you are listening to the fourth installment / episode of our podcast that we are supposed to do weekly. We've obviously skipped 3 weeks. Is that how long it's been?
I think so.
About 3 weeks. But, I mean, there was a good reason. I was in Florida for a week and a half, which covered 2 Fridays. So there were 2 weeks right there. And then the last week, we just we didn't have time. We had family stuff to do's, and yeah, so we missed 3 weeks. This is the 4th episode, though, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, everyone. Obviously, this is the Trio podcast, and I'm obviously not alone. We do have all 3 members this week. We've spent the last week. I think the last episode only.
Yeah,
Eric
just
wasn't
me
here.
and you.
So yeah, we have all 3 of them, and they are here right here with me.
Boom! I'm back, baby. What's up? It's Derek. I'm glad to be back. Sorry I missed the last one. Unfortunately, I just couldn't make it. I was just probably just doing some family things and couldn't come over. But I'm glad to be back. What's up, guys?
Yo, what's everybody? It's Alex here. I'm back again. I was here last episode with Neil. It was just me and him. Derek was being stupid because I don't think he likes us anymore. But I'm just glad to be back here. I love posting these podcasts for you guys, and I guess we can just get down to business.
So in this one, we're going to be talking a little bit about the holidays, since we didn't really do anything or say anything about the holidays. We're going to talk about what we did, how it went for us, and then we're just going to go on after that and do whatever. Yeah, so you want to start us off? What do you do, Alex?
Well, I guess this Christmas is just like every other Christmas. To me, it feels like as another Christmas goes by, every other year, well, every year, it just starts to get the same old, same old. I mean, we're not kids anymore. We're not too hyped about getting new toys anymore or getting clothes and stuff. And just clothes and maybe some money. But it's not like back in the day. We were kids jumping on our parents' beds, telling them to wake up at 7 a.m., ready to open presents. I don't know. We didn't even open presents on Christmas Day this year. I think it was Christmas Eve when we opened our presents, and I mean, I still had a good day. It was a good day. It's always nice to reminisce with the family and just be with the loved ones and enjoy yourselves. Get a nice meal in, get a lot to eat, good food. But yeah, it was a good time. I got some good clothes, some money. I got a pretty good, nice new headset for my Xbox, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But yeah, pretty much same old. I went to my grandparents' house, and the whole family showed up, and we always just have a nice little get-together for Christmas, and just share laughs, and just enjoy each other's company. We always have a good time. And on New Year's, I didn't do too much on New Year's. On New Year's Eve, I went to a party with my girlfriend. I got a little tipsy. I'm not going to admit that. I mean, I'm going to admit that. I mean, it's New Year's Eve, so, I mean, I had a little bit to drink. I didn't get smashed or anything, but it was a good time. Just had fun, partied out, stayed up till midnight, of course, watched the ball drop, counted down, gave my girly friend that nice New Year's kiss.
I was just about to ask you about that.
But yeah, we had a good time. I enjoyed myself very much, but like I said, as I get older, I think it goes for the same for everybody. As we get older, it's just kind of grows out of us. But I still like to have that spirit. I mean, I enjoy hanging with the family, just enjoying myself, nothing to worry about, no work at the time, or school's out and stuff like that. So yeah, I enjoyed myself very much, and I know I'm looking forward to next year's holidays, and it'll just be as good. What about you, Derek? What did you do this year?
I just want to let you guys know, out there, first and foremost, being an adult sucks. 'Cause Christmas didn't feel like Christmas at all. You know, it's like Alex was saying, there's no, oh, let's get up at 7 o'clock and wake our mom up and our dads up. Like, hey, Santa came. And it definitely didn't help either that there was no snow this year either.
Yeah, I think it was like 50 degrees Christmas Day.
Right?
It wasn't even cold.
It hasn't even snowed yet.
Yeah. Well, it did snow that one.
Yeah,
it snowed one day, but
it didn't even stick to the ground.
But I mean, I didn't really do too much for Christmas. I mean, I got $50 from my dad. It wasn't anything special. But now New Year's, that's a whole different story. New Year's was fun. I got drunk. I think most people do on New Year's Eve. Stayed up till 12. It was a good time. I wish I could have spent it with my two best buds right here, but unfortunately, you know, they were doing their own thing. And actually, Niliosis, SwaggyNOS, fuck. Damn it, dude.
3 different aliases.
Okay. Well, you guys know him as SwaggyNOS. His old gamer tag used to be Niliosis. But
That's what the NOS stands for those of you who don't know.
well, there you go, right there.
Niliosis.
But it would have been a lot better time if I got to spend it with my two best friends in the whole wide world. But other than that, I didn't do too much. I wish I had something more exciting to say about the holidays. But I hope everybody else out there had a great holiday.
And Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
2016. Hope you guys got some New Year's resolutions going
I
down.
was gonna say, and stick to them.
Hopefully you haven't
Don't
quit
give
them
up.
yet.
Yeah, hopefully you haven't quit them yet. It's like barely a week in to the new year.
For me, the holidays were a bit different. My family, I'm fortunate enough to be able to take vacations with my family, and we go to Florida every other year. So on alternating years we go. So last year we didn't go. This year we did. So Christmas morning, I actually woke up in a hotel. I was gonna say Motel 6, but I don't think it was Motel 6. It was something though. It was something like that. So I woke up in a hotel room. We went out. We went down. We had the free breakfast. I had some biscuits and gravy. My favorite thing in the world, probably. So I had a good Christmas breakfast, I guess. And then we took like a 5-hour drive down to Florida. We stayed in Georgia Christmas Eve night, and that's where I woke up. So we drove down to Florida. We stayed in Daytona for a few days. I think like 2 nights or so. So I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram. I don't think you do, but I posted a picture of the beach and said "Merry Christmas, everyone," because I was fortunate enough to spend my Christmas there in the 85-degree weather. And it was great. So we drove there Christmas Day. We stayed there for a couple days. And then my New Year's, I was in Orlando, Florida. So we were in Orlando for about, I think, 5 days, 5 nights. 6 days, 5 nights probably. And yeah, we went to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure theme parks. I love those places. I've been there so many times. We go, like I said, that's where we go every other year. So we go there every other year, and I absolutely love those theme parks. And they're actually adding some new stuff, so it's actually it was a pleasant surprise when we got there, where there was some new stuff there. The new and improved Harry Potter world is there, and that was the nerdiest thing I've ever seen in my life. A bunch of people with like capes and wands walking around. And I mean, no offense, I'm a nerd too. I play games all the time, and I'm just as nerdy as the next guy, but I was never able to get into the Harry Potter stuff. I watched like the first movie or so. But yeah, so on New Year's Eve, so here's the thing. I don't really do much. I'm kind of lame. So my New Year's Eve is about the same every year. I typically go to bed around 10 or 11. And then I wake up in 2016.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've just never really been into partying and all that, so I'm one of the lame people who goes to bed before the ball drops and all that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like upset or anything. That's just how I spend my New Year's every year. So yeah, that was my holidays. Let us know in the comments what you guys did, because I'm actually I love comments. I've said it multiple times. I love hearing feedback, and I just love what my viewers say.
Yeah, let's hear the craziest adventures you guys did.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was saying ours aren't that crazy.
Alright, now so we got all the holiday stuff out of the way, and happy holidays again to you guys. Hope you guys had a great time. But now we're going to chime into a different thing. We've recently been talking about Black Ops 3. We've had a couple podcasts where we talked about Black Ops 3. But this time it's a little different. But just hear us out. We're not hating on the game at all. We all think it's a great game. Treyarch did such a good job on it. It's awesome. I really enjoyed the single-player mode and zombies. I can't get enough of zombies. I play that more than I play anything on Black Ops. But all of us are getting the strangest feeling, and we've never even had this happen before on Call of Duty. But I mean, we get burnt out on it after playing like what 6 days on it. But for the most part now, we're just so tired of the game right now. And like I said, we're not badgering Black Ops 3 at all. It's a good game. It's balanced. The guns are cool. Everything about that game is cool. None of us are just really enjoying ourselves or having fun playing it anymore, which really kind of sucks because we used to have the best of times playing Call of Duty together, and I have so many memories of us having a blast, of staying up all night and leveling up and trying to hit that prestige mode and all that good stuff. But I don't know, man. Just recently, I'm just not having a very good time playing anymore. I mean, I'll get on, play like 2 or 3 games, and then shut it off, man. I just can't play it anymore, really. Like I said, it's a good game. It's cool. It's awesome. I don't get the thrill of playing it like I used to. What about you, Neil? What are your thoughts?
I just recently made a video. I got like 12 views on it, so if you're viewing this, you might have seen it. It was a pretty big deal. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I honestly, like I said in the video, I think I might just be burnt out. I played the game for 9 years now. I think, right? Something like that. 7 or 9 years.
Since Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, since COD 4.
And that came out in 06.
And I mean, although they're all different in their own ways, I mean, it's still the same thing. I don't know. I think it's just starting to fade on me a little bit. And it's weird because I stuck with the games that I don't like as much, more than I have with Black Ops 3, and I like Black Ops 3 a lot more than those games. Like with Ghosts, I was not a big fan of Ghosts at all, but I still got, I mean, I don't know how many days in game, but it was quite a bit, and I played it just about every day. And for some reason, every time I get on Black Ops 3, I play a couple games, and then I'm just done. I get off. I don't know why, I just don't find myself having fun. And it's weird, because I was rejoicing when the game came out, when the beta was out. I just loved it. And, I mean, I still do good. Like, it's not like I'm doing bad either. Every time I get on, I get like a YouTube gameplay, and I mean, I do pretty well, but I don't know. I just don't enjoy playing it. I'm always super bored for some reason, and it's a weird feeling. Like Alex said, it's the weirdest thing. But I think it's honestly just being burnt out. Derek?
Well, for me, I mean, I don't own an Xbox One or PlayStation 4 anymore, but like for me, it's really super weird because I used to play Call of Duty competitively. I mean, hours. I mean, you would not find me not playing the Call of Duty franchise at all. I mean, I put in so many hours of Call of Duty, and that's not even just leveling up and prestiging. That's just private matches, game battles, tournaments, all kinds of stuff like that. And honestly, this is like the most balanced game. It's the biggest competitive Call of Duty so far to this date. But it's weird, like Alex and Neil said, you know, it just doesn't seem fun anymore, and it's very strange. And maybe it is because we've played Call of Duty so long, or
Let's just face it, guys. Derek just sucks at Call of Duty.
okay, all right, that may be true. That may be true. It may not be true, but I'm just saying.
It's true.
All right, guys. All right, man. But
Lose your train of thought.
I mean, I don't really know, and all jokes aside, but I just think honestly it is just because, you know, we've played the game so long.
No hate on you though, Treyarch. I mean, I honestly do think you did a good job this year.
Yeah, it was a great game. I loved it. I am glad I bought the game because every once in a while I will get the urge to play for a little bit.
Yeah.
But just
Still like zombies.
Yeah, zombies. I love zombies. I can't get enough zombies, and I am stoked for the new zombies maps that are going to come out.
Yeah, I also wanted to talk about that too. DLC comes out like February, like whatever. March for us.
Mid February. No, because PS4 gets it this month.
Oh, they get it this month?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we get it February then.
Yeah.
And I'm excited just to see the new maps, the new zombie map, and see what they do with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely try out the new DLC because I have the season pass. I might as well. So, yeah, you guys done with Black Ops 3?
Oh, yeah, I think that's about all I got to say about it.
No hate on Treyarch, though.
Yeah, I mean, it really is the weirdest thing. We all love the game. We just don't have fun with it. There's I don't know, no reason.
Yeah, we have no reason for it. I mean,
we can't even explain it. It's just weird. Oh well, though. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to some CS:GO. All right. So if you are a constant viewer on my channel, you'll know that my main game right now is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It doesn't seem like it from my uploads, but I mean the only reason I don't upload it a bunch is because I'm not good enough to do well, and I don't really have gameplay of it. But there's been some big news lately, some unfortunate news, and I just kind of want to touch on it while we're doing the podcast. So if you follow CS, you will know, if you follow Pro CS at least, you'll know that ex-iBuyPower was permanently banned. Dazed, Steel, Swag, and AZK were all permanently banned. Skadoodle got lucky, and he's all good to go on C9 now. But I was super upset. Dazed is without a doubt my favorite CS player. I don't know why. Just is. I love watching his streams. He's without a doubt my favorite streamer as well. So I'm super upset, and I know he's been getting like the most flack for the whole throwing thing. And I understand that he may have been like the ringleader type of thing. And I mean, I get that, but you got to realize Swag wasn't like, I mean, I'm not hating on Swag. I think Swag's awesome. He's probably one of the best NA players to ever be right now. It's unfortunate that he'll never play again in a pro tournament, but I mean, he was 17 at the time. He wasn't a moron. He wasn't a tiny little kid. He knew what was going on. He could have said no. So I think I mean, I know it's just whatever, but I think Days getting all the flag is just kind of ridiculous. I mean, you guys are treating this as if Swag were like a 5-year-old kid looking up to a, Days, 25 or whatever, how old he is. So I think it's kind of ridiculous that Swag is like this golden boy and how he's getting no flack at all. I mean, he could have easily said no. It's just ridiculous to think that, I mean, Days had control over everything that he did. But for real though, I mean, like I said, Days is my favorite player. I think he's hilarious. And I mean, I think deep down he's a good guy. He rages a lot, but that's just because he cares about the game. He loves playing the game, and he's competitive. But I think deep down he's a good guy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I really like him. But yeah, also in the news, we're going to come back to ex-iBP because Derek wants to talk about it. But also in the news, Optic Gaming picked up a CS team. I think this is like the biggest thing for CS at the moment because Optic is one of the biggest orgs out there. This is a great move. They picked up Ex-Conquest. I'm stumbling over my words. And that's actually a really good team. They have Rush, Nafly, Shazam. I don't remember the other two. I'm sorry. My opinion probably doesn't matter. But, yeah. So they picked up Ex-Conquest. They were doing really well when they were Conquest. And I think this was a great move for CS, for Optic. I'm really glad that Optic joined in because Optic's a great Call of Duty team. And, yeah, I think this will be a good year, 2016 for CS. I think it's going to be the biggest year ever, competitive-wise. And, yeah. So, Derek, you want to talk about ex-iBP?
Alright, so on ex-iBuyPower, it's actually quite upsetting, to pin it on one person, There is 5 players on one team, and, each person had the opportunity to say no, just because, Days may or may not have came up with the idea to throw the game for skins. I think it's pretty ridiculous that everybody's giving him the shit end of the stick, to be honest. I mean, let's be real. There's no other way to put it. I mean, it's kind of like comparing, peer pressure with drugs, in my opinion, to that, I don't really believe in peer pressure or anything like that because everybody is their own person. You have the opportunity to say no. And it is kind of BS to give somebody so much flack for something that, everybody else on that team could have just been like, no, man, I'm not cool with that. And to be permabanned, I don't really think that's okay because, all of those players want to keep playing CS, and they still play the game, and it sucks that you guys, well, actually the organization took that away from them. That's something they enjoy doing, and they enjoy going to competitive LAN events and making money off of something they enjoy doing, and it's really depressing to me, and they were a great NA team, and I think they were really the only team that could give foreign teams, a run for their money. They were a really smart team. They had a lot of strats, that a lot of people didn't see. They looked at the game very differently, and every single one of those players, dedicated their lives, to be a great NA team, because NA gets a lot of flack for playing CS. Everybody's like, oh, look at that NA flash or that NA nade or blah, 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 blah. And I just think to me, it just really is upsetting that they won't be able to ever compete ever again in a huge CS tournament.
All right, so overall, obviously, I'm just gonna, kind of go over this again. What they did was wrong. I agree. They stole money. They purposefully lost the game for their own profit. That's absolutely wrong. They shouldn't have done it. The worst part, though, in my opinion, is that obviously, Valve must have known that they wanted to permanent ban those players. The worst part is that they waited a year, gave these guys a year to practice their hearts out just in case that they were going to get unbanned. They were ready to get unbanned. They were practicing so hard to get back in the game. They gave them a year and then decided, oh, we're going to permaban you. So they basically went a whole year playing as hard as they could, playing as much as they could to get ready for that unban period, and then Valve just decided to permaban them. That makes no sense to me. I feel like permaban, if Valve knew that they were going to do that in the first place, they should have just announced it immediately. And I feel like that's a really harsh punishment as well. That's because that's their career. Once you become a professional gamer, that's like the dream, right? Mm-hmm. So you plan basically your whole life around that until obviously this whole professional gaming thing goes away. That just basically took away their career. Obviously, they have other opportunities. I know Daze and Steel are full-time streamers now. They're probably doing really well for themselves. They still have a backup. I'm pretty sure Swag does as well. I'm not sure about AZK. I don't really know what he does. I haven't seen too much about him. He's kind of in the background of all this. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to harp on it too much. I'm just going to say it one more time. Swag was 17 years old. I was 17 3 years ago. He wasn't... 17 is not a super vulnerable age. You know what's going on. You know what's going on around you. If someone came to you and said, hey, let's lose this game on purpose, we'll get thousands of dollars. You're not going to just completely be out of the loop and not have any idea what's going on. You're not completely innocent. So he had a choice. I agree. I understand why everyone's so upset. Swag's an incredible player. He was a very good young talent, and it's upsetting. But I just don't think it's right that Daze is getting all this flack. So I'm going to stop talking about it. Yeah.
Alright guys, this is Alex again. I actually wanted to talk about another game, Star Wars Battlefront. I know it's been out for a little bit, a couple months now. And it was such a huge game on release. Everybody was so hyped for it. I know the beta came out when the beta was out. Everybody was on top of that, playing it so much. But a lot of people had their differences on it. Everybody thought a lot of people were dissatisfied because it wasn't the same, wasn't the original Battlefront. But I felt the same at first. I hadn't played it, but I watched a lot of gameplay on YouTube about it, and I was kind of skeptical. I was for a little bit, but one of my other buddies bought it, and I actually went over there and tried it for myself so I could actually see what all the hype was about and see if everything people were saying about it was true or not. But I actually enjoyed playing when I was playing over at his house. I liked it. I saw a couple of flaws, but every game's got flaws, obviously. But I thought EA and DICE did a great job with this game, to be completely honest. I mean, my personal opinion, everybody's got their own opinion. But I really enjoy playing it. I after that, I went out and bought the game. So I liked it that much, and I've been playing. That's the only game I've actually been playing right now is Battlefront. I like it a lot. I'm stoked for the new DLC that's coming out with, because DICE always makes good downloadable content. And I've never really been dissatisfied with a DICE game except for Hardline. That game was alright. I enjoyed it a little bit, but like I said, a lot of Battlefield players were dissatisfied with that game because they thought it wasn't really Battlefield anymore. But besides that, Battlefront, it's such a great game. I've always been such a huge fan of Star Wars ever since I was a little kid. I mean, I had all the toys and I've seen all the movies. And by the way, if you haven't seen the new Star Wars Force Awakens movie, go check it out. It's
Spoiler alert.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but it's such a great film. I've seen it 3 times already.
You know what? Screw that. I'm gonna spoil it. Guess what happens, boys? Chewbacca makes weird noises.
That you got that right, man. He does make weird noises.
I'm just kidding. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I don't really...
Well, Neil, go to hell. Like I said, Star Wars is awesome, and if you are a Star Wars fan, you really should pick up this game because it captures everything Star Wars is about. Like, the graphics are fantastic, the maps are so good. Like, when I play on, say, Endor or Hoth, I seriously feel like I'm watching the movie because that's how good the maps are. And even the sound effects of the blasters and the ATSTs and all that stuff, they sound so, like, real, just like the movie. It literally sounds like they took the sounds out of the movie and put them in the game. They're so good, and I love the gameplay, and I love that you can swap from first to third person. That's really cool. I personally usually only play on third person because there's definitely an advantage in playing in third person. But, I mean, everybody's got their own preference. If they like FPSs, you can play FPS. But I definitely recommend you trying third person. It's really cool, and it's cool you get to see your character model. And I know everybody's hating on that there aren't a lot of blasters that you can unlock. But I know they're releasing more blasters in the DLC. But what can you really say? I mean, there's not 100 guns in the Star Wars trilogy. They can only go so far in releasing the ones that everybody knows about, like the E11, the famous Imperial blaster that they use in the movies. I mean, that's a classic, so they definitely got to put that in, and other stuff like that. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I play it all the time. I've only had it for like a week or so, and I've already put in a day of play into it. I love the game. It's so good. Excuse me, by the way, I just burped. But yeah, I really enjoy it, and like I said, if you're a Star Wars fan, you should definitely pick it up or rent it for yourself and see how you like it. And if you like it, go buy the game, man. It's good. I really like it, and I'm really excited to play the DLC when it comes out.
This podcast is brought to you by Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
We're not getting paid by Star Wars,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you, George Lucas.
I wish.
Yeah. Hey, hit us up, George.
Yeah, George, we'd love to get a couple mil off
My
you.
number's 317. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Is that it, boys? Did you talk about anything, Derek?
What do you think about Star Wars, Derek?
Oh, Star Wars is a great game, especially if you're a huge fan. I mean, I don't care what anybody says about it. I mean, just go out there, like Alex said, go out there, rent it, and make the judgment for yourself. Don't listen to critics, man.
Yeah, critics are always looking out for themselves, man. All they ever want to do is hate on something.
Because quite honestly, I was listening to critics, and I was like, oh, Battlefront, it's not that good. It's not that good. But I mean, honestly, after playing it, I love the game. Like, soon as I started playing it, I felt like I was a 5-year-old kid again watching Star Wars. I mean, it's amazing.
I guess that wraps it up for Battlefront. It's a great game. Go check it out for yourselves, guys.
All right, everyone. Actually, it's going to wrap it up for everything. Thanks for tuning in. This was the 4th episode of our trio podcast that we do here sometimes weekly. So yeah, we love doing it. You obviously know that, or else we wouldn't do it. My name is SwaggyNOS. I'm going to go ahead and let these guys exit out of here. Thanks for watching, homies. I love you all, and I will see you all on my next video.
Yeah, this is Alex again. thanks for watching again. Definitely love getting that publicity on his SwaggyNOS channel. So hit that subscribe button if you like this podcast or any of the other ones. He's also got some great gameplay commentaries for all the popular games out that are now. So you should go check those out if you haven't already. I know that these guys are great friends of mine, so I'll always be here for them. But yeah, tune in next time, and hopefully we'll be able to get the next podcast out on the right day this time.
Yeah, and I'm just Derek, and I'll smell you later.
See you guys.
Until you find your way back home.